On this next chart, let's make a couple of quick notes. First, take a look at these buy signals that you get from these indicators. No way would you want to be long in here. If you followed these indicators blindly, you'd suffer just one losing trade after another. Now answer this question honestly for yourself. Would you have known in advance to ignore these indicator signals? We sure hope so. Now, according to the trading concepts method of trading, we'd be looking to go short the market. Now, right in here is where we'd have our initial stop loss. But again, not an entry. We'd not be entering until about here. Further, if you notice the currency pair went down for a short period of time, then rallied up and rallied beyond our sell point. However, you'd have taken your profits before that time, or at the very least, you'd have known how to protect yourself from adverse moves like this one. With what we teach in the Forex Profits Mentoring Program, you would have taken your profits and you would have been out of the market. Believe us, when we tell you you can improve your trading immensely by adhering to this concept, we mean it. We have yet to meet a Forex trader who was consistently profitable using nothing more than indicator signals. Again, remember, indicators by themselves are merely tools, and they'll not make you a good Forex trader. Yet again, most companies teach nothing more than indicators, which looks great in hindsight, but don't work real well in real-time trading. Plus, they charge you a lot of money. Believe us, there's a lot more to trading the Forex than merely using technical indicators. In fact, let's stop right here and give some plain old common sense. If you take a look around at any other profession, the people that are rewarded the most are really good at what they do. In trading, you can multiply that 1,000 times. Successful traders are good at what they do, and they did not get that way by attending a 3-day seminar and coming home with a bunch of indicators in their bag. Remember, no one's going to throw money at you because you learn a few moving averages and a few indicators. Trading concepts is vastly different. We're committed to making you good at the job of Forex trading. That's why we give you lifetime access to us. It's also why we back our program with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Even if you don't become a trading concept student, you can greatly improve your trading by applying these principles to what you're already doing. Learn to separate the criteria you have for your trade setups and develop additional criteria for actual trade entries. Many professional traders will tell you finding winning trades is not the hard part. The hard part of trading is learning how to stay out of a multitude of marginal trades that turn out to be losers. Many of you can relate to that. Now, we don't want to make this DVD into a sales pitch. However, we desire that you'll decide to become a Trading Concepts Forex student, as we can help you in the critical aspects of your trading. Now, let's move on to point number 3, entering the trade. As we said before, a trade setup is not the same thing as a trade entry. If it makes it easier to think about, think of a trade setup as a flashing yellow light alerting you to the possibility of an upcoming trade. But still, we have additional criteria that must be met before we have actual permission to enter the market. Up until now, the trade setup simply means maybe. In our trading method, we look at a Forex chart and always ask the question, are we looking at a valid trade setup right now? Remember, prior to this point, we determined the context of the market. Now we're going to approach the market and with what tools we're going to use to approach it with. At this point, we're just looking for trade setups. Now here's a good point to remember. If we ask the question, are we looking at a valid trade setup, and the answer is no, then we're going to do nothing at all. Now this may sound the easiest, but it's probably the hardest thing for traders to do. More traders have lost more money because of their inability to wait than on any other factor. Patience is a virtue, and nowhere is this more true than in the world of trading. In fact, here's one of our favorite quotes from Jesse Livermore, regarded by many as the greatest trader of all time. After spending many years on Wall Street, and after making and losing millions of dollars, I can tell you this. It was never my thinking that made the big money for me. It was always my sitting. Got that? My sitting tight. Men who can both be right and sit tight are uncommon. I found it one of the hardest things to learn, but it's only after a stock operator has firmly grasped this that he can make big money. It is literally true that millions come easier to a trader after he knows how to trade than hundreds did in the days of his ignorance. Jesse Livermore. Now let's assume that you do have a valid trade setup according to our trade criteria. At this point, we need to be ready for a trade entry. Every time we have a valid trade setup, we need to be ready to enter the market. This means we need to know where and how we're going to enter. Before we show you a few charts and some of the tools that we teach, we want to show you a few charts without any indicators whatsoever. Here we're looking at a Euro-US dollar chart. As a side note, the Forex Profits Mentoring Program will work on any Forex chart with any time frame and at any time during the Forex trading day. As you can see on this chart right here, we have a valid trade set up right here. So we're ready to enter the market if and only if we get a confirming entry signal. Hopefully by now you're starting to see the difference between the two. According to the method we teach, we'd be looking to enter the market long in this area right here due to some of the select criteria taught in this program and according to what we teach in our trade management section of our program, which is step 4 in the 4-step sequence. You would have caught most, if not all, of this entire market move if you would have chosen to use the trailing stop methodology we teach, and if you would have taken the profit objectives that we teach. They would have been met right in this area right here. Then if you're flat the market, you would have a re-entry into the market right in here. Again, in our program, we teach you not only how to enter the market, but exactly where to take profits and where to trail your stops if you decide to trail a portion of your position. Now let's take a look at the next chart. Now just to let you know, it doesn't matter if the market is going up or down, the same principles will apply. Now take a look at this downtrend. Very clearly you can see the market is trending downward, giving us clear setups in this area. Market came down, made a new low right in here. Your actual entry into the market was in this area right here. Then the market came back down, made a new low in these areas right in here. Market came back up, gave us a nice entry right in this area. Market came down, made new lows again, and then came back up and gave us another beautiful entry into this area. Dropped again, made a new low, rallied up off the low, and gave us a nice entry to the downside. Now, in all these entries, the profit objectives that we teach in the program were easily hit to the downside. And again, if you'd chosen to take a portion of your position at the profit objectives, your trailing stops would have kept you in a majority of this down move. So as you can easily see, it doesn't matter if the market is trading up or down. What we teach works with all scenarios, up, down, and even sideways. And we'll talk about that next.